Everyone, hope everything is going well. You guys and gals know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. All right. So I've been sent this and I've been given permission to discuss this. It's regarding that case about InvestaCard. And by the time you see this, Sports Card Radio will have covered this in their live stream, and they already posted this front page on their YouTube. Now, I wanted to put my thoughts about this, right? Regardless of how this case winds up, the reality is, and for those that don't know what's going on with the case, right? So essentially, what happened was you had one individual, Enrico, from Italy, and he did business in the US, and the card, a Michael Jordan card, got stolen somewhere in the post office, right? Eventually, it wound up in the hands and went through different people. One of them was Prizm Gawd, and then eventually it got in the hands of Ed Siegel, who runs InvestaCard, okay? And the thing is that this is a very expensive card, so now they're trying to, figure it out, right? And it's going to be handled through the legal system. This document shows, a lot of money, okay? And it also shows that, hey, the hard money loan was given to, I think, Prizm God for the exchange of the card, okay? So at least $50,000, okay? And I'm not here hating on Prizm God or I'm not hating on InvestaCard, right? This is just an example of how if you are involved in the high end, you need to be prepared for one day this could come back to you and bite you if you had bought a card and you didn't know it was stolen, right? You may have, been naive and, didn't do research, or you didn't even know about this, right? The thing is, you're going to be responsible for this, right? Now, now InvestaCard is going to get sued. Now, who is he going to sue next, right? Who can you? Now, that would be a tough situation. Granted, it's not like $1 million card from my understanding, but at the same time, it's a lot of money for a lot of people in the hobby. So say, you saved a ton of money and then all of a sudden you buy a card and then one day you find out it's stolen and then they're coming after you, right? Lawyers are coming after you. What do you do in that situation? You're in a tough financial boat. And I get mocked, I get laughed at. People say, "Oh, you're not buying expensive cards. You should be kicked out of the hobby. You should be, you're too negative this, negative that, right?" But ultimately, I'm looking at it from a risk perspective. So if you're spending tens of thousands of dollars on a card, and then one day, bada bing, bada boom, it's stolen, or it was stolen before and you didn't know about it, well, you're going to have to maybe pay up, situation like this. Or I think what would probably be more legit is the card's trimmed and then the auction house, decides to pull that card off. That could very well happen. Or you get it authenticated by eBay and then eBay says, "No, we don't authenticate anymore." I mean, I've heard a story. I think I did a video on this, or I did a video on this where, it said it's authenticated, but then they turn around a month later and it's like, nah, it's not legit. What do you do in that situation where you put your hard-earned money? You're not talking about $100, you're not talking about $500, you're not talking about $1,000. You're talking about like $5,000-$6,000. And that's a lot for many people in the hobby. For some, millionaires, okay, it's no big deal. But you got to have a reserve for a situation that could go wrong on you. I mean, Spiegel Bros, now they're suing card porn, trying to find out who he is. So regarding that card from 21, that LeBron card, I think is exquisite from 2003, whatever it was. So that's just a lesson, and the thing is, if you're mocking people on the low end, what do you say to this? You're going to be silent about this. So it is what it is. We all have cards, some maybe, $10, maybe 100, could have a card in the thousands of dollars of range, right? I have one card that's worth thousands of dollars. Now, what would it sell for today? I have no idea. There's no volume on these cards. So it's hard to determine, like, hey, look, that card, I'm going to get $5,000. I have no idea. I mean, would those sales shield on eBay? Could be. So is that even an accurate measure? So it is what it is, I know that some people, the young guys, they always in the high end, they just flip it right away. But one thing for those guys that are, young and playing around the high end, got to make sure that you're prepared for a situation like this. Or more likely situation, the card's trimmed and then they take down that card. And then have fun trying to get that money from the person you bought it from. Anyways, guys and gals, let me know what you think. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Thank you. Bye.